right, can't get it right. It doesn't go away, doesn't go away. Even though I try to ignore it, I just want peace of mind, I want peace of mind. I feel like breaking down time after time, and it keeps
Okay, my friends, a pleasant good evening. Pleasant good evening to one and all. Those who are locked on and those who are about to locked on to our program that is aired on Sentinel Media Broadcasting. Our program, Hard Facts, my friends, my brothers, sisters, fellow activists. This program is designed for you. This program is to highlight some of the anomalies that is taking place in front of our noses, some of the anomalies that we have control of, that we can change, and there are others that we cannot change, and that's the reason why we need to lobby so that the government of the day can assist by making some sort of transition and trying to do what they're supposed to be doing. Because, my friends, those of you who are locked on, you realize from our past programs, we have a lot of interaction with the public, and many persons, I have said this in programs before, I've said it, that a lot of people are expressing their views. A lot of people are calling me and expressing their views, and that is not a make-up story. That is not something just to build your attention. I'm telling you real hard facts. People are calling me and they are identifying problems, but because of the crime situation in our country and what is taking place, a lot of people are shying off, and they don't want to come on air to highlight the atrocities that is taking place in our beautiful country of Trinidad and Tobago. So, my friends, I am your host, Imam Rashid Karim, and I'm here Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday. And I told you all yesterday, that we're going to have our programs. Our programs will be geared. We are still trying to fine-tune our program, because a lot of people, I am doing a survey, and a lot of people are telling me, Imam, the best time to come on would be around 12:30 to 1. But again, as a Muslim, that time would really and truly be hard for me, because that is the time for our Zuhar prayer, that is the time for our midday prayer. So that would have been a no-no. So again, I am trying to feel out, and those of you who are locked on, maybe you can tell us a good time that we would have a rapport attention from our housewives, our business comrades, and all those persons who would like to be part and parcel of voicing their opinions on relevant matters that is taking place in our beautiful country of Trinidad and Tobago. My friends, today we're going to discuss crime, we're going to discuss health, we're going to discuss traffic, we're going to discuss the inclement weather that is taking place in our country, and even so much so, we're going to talk about certain issues that transpired around the Caribbean islands and international. First and foremost on our program, I just want to extend our deepest heartfelt condolences to the families of those children who were maybe met their untimely death, if you want to put it that way, in Guyana. So our heartfelt condolences to the families of those persons and their family members, inshallah ta'ala. May God Almighty bless them, and may God Almighty reward them immensely with patience and perseverance, because none of us here today could really and truly understand, how it feels to lose an infant baby or an infant son or daughter or a person that they love truly. All right, so my friends, again, we are going to talk about issues that is really and truly important to the appetite of the public of Trinidad and Tobago. And just to highlight something that this program really and truly, it is reaching places. It is really and truly reaching places. Because on our Monday show, I mentioned to the Minister of Infrastructure, Local Government Infrastructure, and I even mentioned to the councillors in the central region, and I mentioned it also to all those councillors in the different burgesses around the country. And I brought back some memories. I sent them back on memory lane, where I told them there was a tractor that came the day before. Maybe they would look at the amount of potholes that they are going to patch. And the other day, after they have completed the patching, the other day a steam roller will come and press it down. And lo and behold, I want to say, again, hats off to Wendy Francis, the councillor for the area. I know she's trying her best. Again, I'm not here to bash people. Maybe if I am bashing you, it is because I want you all, maybe you are sleeping behind the steering. And sometimes you need a little shake up so that you will be able to understand. But I am trying to wake up a gentleman for the longest while. And it seems as though that person is in a coma. That individual is in a coma and he is not listening. I would take this opportunity to ask him maybe during the course of the evening if he could give me a call, and that is no other than our councillor for Greenwich Road, where the Felicity Masjid is located, and the area that he is supposed to be the councillor for. I know he is holding the position of Mayor of Chaguanas, plus he is holding the position of councillor for the area. It's either or. Right? I remember this, and I want to tell you all this. One old gentleman, all right, I shouldn't even say old, one gentleman with good wisdom, he told me, he said, Imam, I want to tell you something. And I said, go ahead, tell me. And you know what he said to me? He said, if you have 2 pots on a fire, one is going to burn. And lo and behold, I'm seeing that happening every single day. When a person tries to expand his business and he wants to have more than one business, one will fail. Or one will have some sort of impediment that he cannot control, and then again, that will cause so much stress. I'm not saying don't have 2 or 3 or 4, but get correct people, get good people to help you micromanage it. And I'm saying to my councillor, the councillor for the area, that is Greenwich Road and Lower Felicity, there are lots and lots of work to be done, right? And if you cannot handle it, find something else to do, and maybe put that portfolio back into the hands of someone who can do it. I'm not saying me, because I don't want to be no counselor. Right? My friends, again, we have problems. We have crime problems. We have problems with the health facilities. We have problems with drainage and infrastructure. We have problems with prices of food, high prices of food. We have problems, I tell you all something, and this is a very, very serious one. We have a lot of bullying taking place in school, especially in Central. Right? And a lot of people have been calling on me, Imam, I want you to come in the schools, and maybe you can talk to certain parents who is in front of the school, and you would realize what really and truly is taking place in those schools. And you know, a lot of people, when I spoke to principals and I spoke to teachers of those schools, they have a fairly good idea what is going on. But again, their hands are tied because of the Ministry of Education. Capital punishment have been banned, and so many different impediments that they cannot restrict or they cannot control the children, and the children are just going haywire. And what is left to do? Just go across it, because one teacher was so much frustrated when she was speaking to me. She said, look, I reach a point, and I mean, this is not the correct forum to really and truly highlight this, because I know there are many, many good teachers outside there who are trying. And I'm not saying that this teacher who spoke to me, she's not trying. She's trying very, very hard. And she said to me, Imam, you know something, I have done a survey in the class, and I realized that there's a set of students who don't want to learn. And what they are doing, they are disrupting the class with the other students who would like to learn. So what I've done, I've put those children at the back of the class, and those who would like to learn, I brought them forward. I mean, that is not how it's supposed to be. This teacher needs help. And she's fearful because some of those students, they came from different areas, broken homes, and so many different things. And when you look at school violence, especially those videos that is running on social media, you are going to realize that teachers are very scared. Even principals. I remember recently a principal was assaulted in school. The teacher was assaulted. The principal was assaulted. And again, that is a central school. And a lot of things are happening. And just for especially when it comes to the denominational schools, they try to curb the crime and try to control it so that their school would not have any bad name. But again, sometimes it is good that we come out in the open and let people know what is taking place so that you can get assistance from them, my dear friends, my dear brothers and sisters. So I want to invite you all, those of you who are locked on. The number to reach me is 740-3347. That's a number you can reach me. And if you have problems, this is why I tell you all the time, this program is not really and truly for mileage. This program is to air views, to highlight anomalies and problems that you are faced with on a daily basis. I know for a fact that many people have problems, right? And if they get a forum to vent or to at least ventilate some of the problems that they are challenged with on a daily basis, and maybe the authorities can listen, because I tell you all something, and listen carefully what I'm saying here today. Listen carefully. I am in politics. I am in religion. And I'm in business. Okay? Business, political, ambitious, and religious. So when you add those three components, we look at the political scenario, we look at the religious scenario, and we look at the economical scenario, you realize that that is really and truly the qualification that a person must have or should have to really and truly to speak about problems when it comes to our country, Trinidad and Tobago. Some people there are some people who have the PhDs, they have the degrees, but they don't have any common sense. They don't have any common sense, which is very, very rare and very scarce, especially when, let me give you an example. Let me just give you an example. Some of you might be listening and saying, hey, Imam bashing people. No, I'm not bashing. I know a guy, he have a PhD, right? He have a PhD. And the plumber sent that individual to buy a 90-degree elbow. Right? And you know something? When he went to the hardware, my friends, those of you who are calling, please, call the studio number 740-3347. That's the number to reach me, 740-3347. That's the number to reach me. So back to my topic of discussion here today. Some of you might have a PhD. Some of you might have bachelors and so forth. I'm not saying that you are not educated. You are educated. Hats off to you. Because to gain a degree in this country right now, it is really and truly tedious work. It is very and truly ambitious work. And you are working very, very hard. Okay, you are making it very hard. Holy collar. The collar just holy collar a bit. But what I'm saying, my friends, I sent this guy who have a PhD. Right? I sent him, the plumber with us, we sent him to buy a 90-degree elbow. Right? And what happened when he went to the hardware, there was no 90-degree elbow. And you know what this guy did? He bought 245-degree elbow. Now, this is what education does. He understood, hey, a 90-degree and 245 is a 90-degree. So he did that. So the point I'm trying to make to you all, my common sense, my brothers and sisters, is really and truly the embellishment for education. If you have no common sense and you have all your book sense, it's not going to work out for you. And if you only have common sense and you don't have your book sense, then, my dear friends, it might not work out the way you want. You can't be a doctor and don't have a degree. You might be a plumber, a mason, a carpenter. So my friends, those of you who are calling, please call us 740-3347. That's the number to call me at. All right, as I continue our program today, this is Hard Facts. This is our program, Hard Facts. It is aired Monday, Wednesdays, and Saturdays on Sentinel Media Broadcasting. You have a caller? Caller, go ahead. Yeah, caller, go ahead.
Imam.
Yes, go ahead. Go ahead, caller.
Assalamu alaikum. How are you?
Good, good. Welcome, salam. Are you hearing me there?
Are you hearing me clearly?
Yes, clearly.
What is the topic today?
All right, the topic, I like you now join in, but the topic, as I said before, our topic basically is is universal. We speak about crime, health, traffic. We talk about weather. We talk about drainage and infrastructure. We talk about food prices. We talk about the internet problem that you are faced with. We talk about school violence. We're talking about anything possible that could help, that could pacify the hearts of those persons who are distraughted. And we are trying to assist the country to bring back some sanity back into humanity.
Well, I want to offer a little 2 cents piece on the. Can I go ahead?
Yeah, you go ahead.
I want to offer a little 2 cents piece on the state of the country in terms of crime, in terms of poor leadership, and resulting in the worst roads that we have in the country, the worst the state of the country in terms of crime and the feeling of hopelessness.
Okay.
You know, right people in the parliament, you see people.
Caller, are you driving?
Sell coconut, works for me, selling coconut, and just a couple nights ago, the bank came and taken away
okay, I think we gotta cut that call. We gotta cut that call. Caller, sorry about that. Caller, sorry about that. What happened? It seems as though you're moving. Maybe you are on a cellular phone and you're moving. And what happened is that we are not hearing you clearly. And the viewers and the persons who are listening to you and they would like to get some information from what you have spoken about. You said crime and you said about you spoke about poor leadership and all these things. Those are very interesting topics that a lot of people would like to contribute to. And I do hope and pray that you will call me back, because it seems as though that contribution would have been a nice contribution to start off our program here today. So my friends, as I said before, those of you who are locked on, share this video, subscribe to our new channel, like the video, and again, let people know that you all have a voice. This is not a voice in the wilderness, because if you look at the statistics of our program, you're going to realize that our program has just begun, just around 28 days live on the studio market, and you'll realize that we have about approximately, from the last figures, the figures is we have approximately 105,000 views. So that really and truly tells a lot. People are listening, people are watching, they are looking at the station, they are looking at the programs. And again, my friends, those of you who are locked on, you can share this video, you can tell people about the video. And housewives, those of you who are at home and you have problems, I just want to let you all know, you have somebody here who is going to champion your case. For you, at least, I'm going to give you the first step to your corrective measures when it comes to your problems. Okay? So I'm going to give you all some tips. I'm going to give you all some tips when I come back from this break, especially for our housewives and our sisters. Those of you who are heading, maybe sometimes you go to the grocery, you go to the supermarkets, you go to those places, pharmacies, and you go to those places, and you buy your stuff, and you are loading it. You go to the bank, and you might think that you are in a safe zone. My friends, I want to tell you all, right now there is no safe zone for you. You have to always be prepared and tell yourself that somebody is watching you. All right, so stay tuned as we take a break. We're going to get a word from our sponsors, and when we come back, my friends, we're going to discuss relevant issues. Especially, I received some text a while ago, and persons were speaking about the land acquisition by the government of the day to give petrotrin workers. Right, that is an issue. For example, let me just give you a taste of it. One farmer said that he was in that land, he occupied that land for the past 17 years. He got his food badge, his farmer's badge, and he got relief and all these things when his land was flooded via the Ministry of Agriculture. So I am saying to you, if that doesn't warrant, if a person is planting that land, right, he is planting that land for the past 17 years, if that doesn't warrant that person of getting another plot of land elsewhere so that he can continue his farming to take care of the needs of his family. So my friends, stay tuned as we take a break. Word from our sponsors, and when we come back, feel free to call us. The number is 740-3347. Okay. A pleasant good afternoon again to citizenry of Trinidad and Tobago, those of you who are locked on, those of you who are watching this video, and those of you who are online. Share this video, subscribe to our channel, our YouTube channel, Sentinel Media Broadcasting, and like our program. I want to tell you all, my friends, this program, Hard Facts, as I said before, I'm your host, Imam Rashid Karim, and we are here, I'm using the plural, we are here wholly and solely to assist, to guide, and to make sure that the citizenry of this country benefit from the subventions of what the government has to offer and from the booties of our country, from the revenue of the country. I tell you all something. Questions, there are lots and lots of questions needs to be asked, right? What is it that this government has done for so many years? This is second term in office. And what have they done? What have they done for tourism? What have they done for infrastructure? What have they done for agriculture? What have they done for the oil industry? What have they done, as a matter of fact, for the industry and the economy of this country? Besides spending, and my friends, taxing. Is that the way that a government should operate? You tell me. Call me, 740-3347. When you look at the amount of billions and billions and billions of dollars are spent, right? Billions and billions of dollars are spent. And what is there to show for it? What? What is there? What is the mega project that was done? All the government is doing is paying salaries. All they're concerned with is paying salaries. That's it. What have they done? Have they built a hospital? Have they built a school? Have they built a police station? Have they constructed bridges? Have they done remedial work on the road? What have they done? Let them come out and show what they have done with the people's money. That is not your money. Dr. Keith Rowley, that is not your money. Imbert, you are the Minister of Finance. That money does not belong to you. It belongs to the people of Trinidad and Tobago. And stop spending. If the Minister of Finance, I'm just giving you an example, okay? The Minister of Finance is going to buy a car. He wants to buy a car where he can get his money's worth. That if he want to sell it back after 2 years and he want to make his money, he can gain back that kind of investment that he put out. But why it is that when it comes to the government funding, my friends, they don't care a damn. They do what they want with the monies and they laugh and giggle on the national television. Let's take a caller. Caller? Go ahead, caller. The caller on the line? I'm not hearing. Yeah, caller? Okay, goes.
Hello?
Yeah, go right ahead. We're hearing you now.
You can hear me clearly now?
Yes. Thank you for calling back. Go ahead.
All right. What I was saying is that the crime situation in this country, or in fact, anything concerning leadership is considered in this country.
Same problem again. Caller. Yeah, caller. One moment, please. Caller. Caller, just listen to me. Are you calling from far from Central? Caller, where are you calling from? Okay, the caller, you see, again, my friends, those of you who are calling us, very importantly, you can't, if you call in on your cell phone, you can't be walking around because you know the kind of crazy service that you all getting. That kind of thing that you're paying $400 a month for, unlimited. Hey, let me just deal with that a little bit. Let me just deal with that $400 unlimited. I want somebody to explain what unlimited mean to me. Because it seems as though I really and truly don't understand that. Because I have a package, right? I want to tell you all something. I have a package that is a $400 package, unlimited. And every so often, right, you're going to get a warning that you have used all your data. Every so often. So my friends, I want to get that information from maybe somebody who is more educated than myself, right? What does unlimited really means when it comes to those packages, those packages that is being served by the telecommunication authorities when it comes to broadband and all these, these networks, right? What is really taking place? Who is monitoring for us? Who is checking for us? What is really taking place in this country? Is everything just going down the drain and nobody saying anything? Or just people are happy? People happy or people scared? Which one? Tell me, my friends. 740-3347. That's the number to reach me. 740-3347. You know something? Just to let you know, the guys who send in information from certain newspapers pertaining to the mayor of Shogunas, right? As I said before, I am not going to go on national, this is national TV, and malign the character of nobody, right? I'm not going to do that because I say it before, and I say it now, and I'm going to say it all the time. This program really and truly is hard facts. You have facts. You give me facts. You give me document here, give me document here, and I'm going to read it out for you, and the public is going to know. But don't tell me by giving me information via a newspaper clipping that this is happening and this is going on and the mayor of Shogunas and so many different things is happening, right? And again, we are not here for that because I tell you something, debasing people to elevate my status or my position wouldn't really make sense because we are here in this world one time only. We are not here 5, 6 times. We're not going to go and come, go and come, go and come. This is not a trip to America. You are in this world one time and live this life as though, really and truly, as one of the philosophers says, live this life as though you are a traveler, right? You are living here once. When you leave this world, you're not going to come back, right? So don't tell me what to do and what to say when it comes to this program. If you have hard facts, and I give you the invitation, I tell you, many of you who are outside there and who are, on the front line, and you have information, share it, come on the program. Work with your facts. This program is hard facts. You have facts, bring it on. We will expose it. We will let people know what is going on. But there are certain things that we can talk about that is really and truly factual. Like, for example, the service that we are receiving from those internet networks. Huh? What are you receiving? Are you getting fair share for your monies? Or are you, when you go to the supermarket, are you getting the fair share of your money's worth when you go to the hardware or when you go to anywhere, as a matter of fact, any business entity? Are you getting the fair share or are you getting your money's worth? So my friends, again, I just want to say, hats off to Wendy Francis. Hats off to Wendy Francis for at least trying. They try to do something for some of the potholes in the area. And I want to mention something, not as something to make that individual feel anyhow, but the Burgesses of Shogunas belong to the CBC, right? And if there's a hole that belongs to Councillor Fike area, and it is mere walking distance from where you are working, and it is not a crater like some of the pothole we have, it costs you nothing to take the borrow material and put it in that hole and try to get it done. I have seen many people making, dialogue and conversation stating that there's a pothole here, and the response that we are getting is that is not the purview of this councillor, or that is not the purview of that councillor. Just imagine. Let me just give you an example. And let us look at Greenwich Road in Felicity. Greenwich Road in Felicity is bounded by 2 councillors. The right hand is Councillor Fike, and the left hand is Miss Wendy Francis. And lo and behold, something, I laugh. When I go into mosque, especially on a Friday, I laugh because on one side of the road, the grass is cut and the drain is cleaned properly. And the other side, you'll see the drain clean and the grass not cut. And that is simply because there's miscommunication when it comes to one street. And how much the EBC have done like that. Where one road, my friends, separate the boundaries, the cadastral boundaries for a different councillor. My friends, again, those of you who are locked on, the number to reach me is 740-3347. Call me and let's have some sort of dialogue, because again, this program is here to stay. This program is to highlight some of the anomalies, not all, we can't highlight all, but at least some of the anomalies that has taken place in our beautiful country, Trinidad and Tobago, and assist the government of the day as much as possible to do their job and to do it in such a manner that the people will be pleased with them, and again, maybe they will get the votes of the people. So stay tuned as we take a break. All right, we're going to take a break, word from our sponsors, and when we come back, 740-3347. That's the number to reach me, Imam Rashid Karim, yours truly, host of Hard Facts on Sentinel Media Broadcast. Okay, so my friends, welcome back to our program, Hard Facts, that is aired Monday, Wednesdays, and Saturdays on Sentinel Media Broadcasting. I am your host, Imam Rashid Karim, and welcome to this program, Hard Facts, where you, as an individual, you have your voice, and you have your facts. Come forward and let John Public, let the people of Trinidad and Tobago knows what is taking place in your neck of the woods. If you are in Central, you are in North, you are in South, you are in East, you are in West, you are in the corridors, you are in Deep South, you have an opportunity to call me, 740-3347. It's time, my friends, it is time that we put country first. I want to ask you, are we putting country first, or are we putting ourselves in front? Are we trying to protect ourselves alone, and we are not studying about the wayfarers, the widows, the orphans, the needy in our community? Are we doing that? So the question that is begging to be asked here today on our program, are we putting country first? And how do we put country first? Are we putting country first? Number one question. And how do we put country first? Number one, answer first. We need to put country first. Why? Because, my friends, if we do not do that, what is going to happen? We're not going to have a country to live in. You're going to have monies, right? You're going to have a family, but you're going to have no peace. Right? You're not going to have any peace, my friends. So I am telling you, it is about time that we put our country first. And how do we do that? How do we put our country first? Is when we see something that is ailing that is rotting in our society, things that is happening in front of our eyes, and we turn a deaf ear and a blind eye towards it, then we, my brothers and sisters, we are part of the problem. We are part of the problem. So I'm saying here today on this program, Hard Facts, let us be part of the solution. Right? So come on board, call me 740-3347. Again, that's the number. You can WhatsApp. A lot of people are WhatsApping message on my personal phone, and they are calling me on my personal phone. I would not be able to answer that. Those of you who are locked on, call me 740-3347. That's the number to call, and let me know what is taking place and how we can identify the problem, and let's see how we can discuss via other persons listening to our program, and they can give solutions, and we can mediate together and bring some sort of solution to the problems that we are facing on a daily basis in Trinidad and Tobago. For example, if a person, like I would use Central as an example. I would use Central as an example. Are we happy with the traffic programs that were implemented maybe 2 years or 3 years ago? Are we happy with that? Who is monitoring? Who is watching? Who are they answering to? Who are going to speak out when those things have failed us? But because nobody is speaking, it continuously go on and on and on, and people suffer on a daily basis. Let us look at, let us look at the Shogunas by the plaza there, by the Center Point, not Center Point, Price Plaza. All right? Let us look at that traffic situation there. That was implemented a while back, right? And I tell you something, there could still be some sort of touching that can take place to alleviate those congestions, especially on evenings and especially on mornings. Those things has to be looked into. My friends, those of you who are locked on, you are listening to Hard Facts. We are talking about problems, and we are talking about things that we can adjust in our program to bring some sort of relief. And remember, before I went on the break, I told you all, those persons who go to places, those big supermarkets, and you buy a trolley of cargo or goods, right? And you bring those things and you put it in your car trunk, right? You pay for it, you put it in your car trunk. Some of you might not be aware, right? Some of you might not be aware that there are people who are watching you, okay? They are watching your number plate. They are looking at how many people, especially if there's only female in that vehicle, that is a prime target. So a lot of things has to be taken maybe seriously, my friends. Let's take a caller. Caller? Go ahead, caller.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon, Imam.
Good afternoon.
Very good program. I'm happy that you're taking initiative to highlight issues in the Shaguna 70 and Greater Shaguna West.
Yeah.
I just want to bring about an issue that has been happening in the community, and this is regarding the teacher field area, the lands that have been graded down. From my little research and investigation, it's approximately 52 acres of land that has been graded down from farmers that have been planting, and I understand that these farmers have been there planting for a while. It's something to me, our group, those of the United Farmers group, we have our surveys on board, and, these farmers, we have written letters to the relevant ministries. We await communication from them, and pretty soon we will have to take some action in this instance. We understand that there was no consultation. I'm even wondering if you could just know what is happening to those lands. You will see PVC pipes sticking out of the ground, which would mean that there's some sort of construction that will be taking place.
Correct.
Now, those lands are supposed to be reserved as wetlands and also for agriculture. So if we are to understand, or if we are to presume, because of the work that has been going on, and let me add as well, the topsoil has been removed, parted away, and dead sand has been spread on. So if we were to say that thousands are going there, where are these people going to come from? Why is not this? Why? I mean, it was reserved for agriculture, and why is it happening? What are the results of the consultation? And my understanding is, I saw protests, including the mayor, who says he doesn't know what is happening here. If I were to say something that happens in this smaller corporation, and part of it is Hoover law, how is it that they do not know what is happening in their constituency?
Exactly. Okay.
Is the mayor sleeping?
Okay. Thank you, Kola. Thank you. You made a beautiful contribution there, and a lot of points was raised. And the idea remains here is number one. You are claiming that from your survey that 52 acres of land was allocated for housing. Now, my point is that the caller who was trying to call me, he texted me a while ago, and he said to me that Imam, he were planting that land for 17 years. And I think that I advise him that I think you should seek legal help, right? And try to see how best that can be resolved, because spending 17 years on a piece of land, when you look at all those other areas in the north and in the east, people go there, they build their houses, you call them squatters, they go into the land, they spend maybe a couple of years, and they get letter of comfort, they build their homes and they plant their gardens and so forth. And that's a small duration of years. But we look at this gentleman, he has 17 years under his belt, and he has been displaced, and nobody is communicating with him, as though there's bullies running this country, and you could do what you want because it is government. No, not because you is government. You are the government of the day. It gives you the right to do anything and everything that you please. You have to do it according to the Constitution. You have to do it according to the law of the land. And if the law of the land stipulates that a person is, he is utilizing a piece of land for beyond 16 years, then some sort of remuneration or some sort of displacement land should be allocated for the farmers who are there for that long period of time. So that is something that this conversation would not end here, for sure. This conversation will move on and on and on, because we have a lot of contribution that is coming from residents of the area, simply because this is a part of the central area. Sentinel Media Broadcast is in Central, and we are here to assist not only Central residents. We are here to assist residents from East, West, North, and South. If you have a problem to highlight, you call us on Hard Facts and let's discuss. Let's take a call. Another caller. Caller?
Imam, are you hearing me loud and clear?
I'll hear you now, my brother. Where you calling from, though? South?
But I'm traveling. I'm calling from San Fernando at present.
Okay.
So I'm traveling from Asher Girls College to Princestown.
Right. We're hearing you loud and clear. Yeah, we are hearing you loud and clear. Go ahead.
All right. In the traffic, of course.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
We're talking about the current situation, and we're talking about the hopelessness of the administration in delivering their promises. Well, I can't say strategic plans there, because they come out with some hopes, some things that they hope to achieve, and I don't know if they're strategically planned or what, but it doesn't seem to be working. And they seem to, from our point of view, from the citizens' point of view, it seems to be hopeless. Everything that they get close to a result of their bad management in terms of the administration for solving the crime situation in the country at all levels. What I would like to say, Imam, is that crime is not about race or religion or anything like that, but it's not one factor. It has to be cultural, because a thief has to be culturalized in that direction, a robber, a murderer, and so on. Not everybody can do that. So if we deculturalize by re-engineering the culture of the people, which is a lifelong process,
Yeah.
but it has to start. It has to start, and it has to start in the schools. It has to start in the temples. It has to start in the mosque, in the church, etc. And we cannot have social reject as leaders of these organizations. You and I know that we have a lot of social reject as leaders of our religious organization, right? And we cannot go further with these people at the helm. So I would say, basically, if you were to pinpoint one factor, and you cannot pinpoint one factor in solving the crime situation in the country, it's a holistic approach and the re-engineering our thinking in solving crime. It is where everybody has to be involved. So I would recommend that, well, it's not one recommendation. I would think that the whole country has to get on board in helping and working together as agents to solve the crime situation in the country.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you very much, my brother.
You have a good day, and I hope that we reach some semblance of stability in this country, inshallah.
Inshallah. Okay, thank you. Thank you very much, my brother. That's a wonderful contribution. Again, by our callers. We have a lot of callers who are calling in. It seems as though normal problem. Once you're using a cell phone, and just imagine this. There are people selling packages for cell phone, and lo and behold, they're collecting your monies, 400 every month, right? And you know, when you call those companies, it takes a tremendous ton load of your time to reach or to meet another person on the line. And then lo and behold, they will tell you that we don't have any cell tower in your area. They don't have any cell tower in your area, and hence the reason that you are getting that type of performance and coverage. And you are selling the money, the 400 that I'm giving you, right? You're getting maximum value for it. But you're not giving me my maximum value for my $400. And that's the point that we had to come out here and talk. We had to tell John public, my friends, do not be afraid, do not be scared. Because when good people remain silent, crime prevail, injustice prevail, and your country has become what? You are living in prison. Look at those people. You have to have dogs, you have to have burglar proof, you have to have guns, you have to have cameras, and you have to have security in Trinidad and Tobago. To get a good night's sleep, those are the 5 things that you have to purchase. I was speaking about, you know, our sisters and our daughters when they go to the banks and when they go to the malls and where to go to those places. Be very mindful of what you are doing. Maybe you want to purchase 5 or 6 items. My recommendation is maybe you purchase 2 or 3. And go another time and purchase 2 or 3. Do not purchase 5 or 6 at the same time, simply because maybe somebody is watching you. And they are looking at your bags, and they are looking at your advertisement on your bags, and they are looking at the product that you buy. Be very, very careful. It have a lot of intelligent criminals outside there, my friends. So, my friends, again, the brother who just called, just to recap some of the callers, one of the callers was trying to get through, and he was telling me about the land in Petersfield. Another caller called and talk about the roads. Again, we're going to talk about that, I think, because that's an everyday issue. That's a Monday to Friday issue, a Monday to Saturday issue, or even so much so a Sunday to Sunday issue in Trinidad and Tobago. And when it comes to politics, my friends, when it comes to governance of the day, it's time to put the country first. Right? Put the country first. At least try. Some of you are just telling you all this, and listen carefully to what Imam Rashid Karim is telling you. I want you all to listen to what I'm saying here today. If a man, he have a warehouse full of rice, a whole warehouse, maybe 100,000 bag of rice, and that person have to eat 5 bag of rice, and he have to eat a 5.5 bag and a few grains from another bag, that's all he gonna eat. Try to understand that we are trying to accumulate everything. possible, and we are crushing the poor man. We are destroying the lives of people because we want more and more and more and more. We don't know when to stop, my friends, my brothers and sisters. Everything has to be a profit. The government of the day, let me tell you all something, and I remember this when I was going primary school. The government of the day not supposed to make a profit. The government of the day should be breaking even. Make sure that the profits of the country goes to the people of the country by services, by amenities. That is what's supposed to be happening, not the profits of the countries. The country wealth should be going into maybe 10 or 12 pockets, and the country, 90% of the population is suffering. That is how it's not supposed to be, and we are seeing that every day. I brought up this last week, and I'm going to bring it up again. You all calling me, stop calling me. A lot of people calling me to talk about the United National Congress, and the political leader have to move, and she have to get out, and she have to do this. Come on the station, man, and stop fighting. And you know something, the hard part about it, some of these fellas, these are MPs, some of these fellas are councillors, some of these fellas are people in high places. But they don't have the I don't want to say the testicular fortitude. I don't want to say that, but I mean, that is what I think. They don't have that to stand up against and say the truth and speak the truth. Come out with your facts. This is the program, Hard Facts. Stop staying on the fence. Do the right thing. Come out not because you want a position and you button in your crease. You can't do that. If something is wrong, you say it is wrong. And you show how it is wrong, and you try to correct it as best as possible. You know something, friends, my brothers and sisters? You know who is a transgressor? You know who is an oppressor? I will quote something from the hadith, from the sayings of the Prophet, peace be upon him. You know what the Prophet said? If a person is an oppressor, right, he's a transgressor, right, help that person. Now, the companions who the Prophet asked that question, how could we help him? He's our oppressor. How do we help him? And the Prophet answered, help him stop oppressing people. And that is what this show is all about. People are being oppressed, my friends. A lot of people are being oppressed in this country. But they don't have a voice, and they're scared because it's the same old, same old, same old, same old. People are being bought and sold. One moment they're speaking against it, and in another moment they're speaking for it. How you can change like that? Because of the dinero, because of the wealth, because of the monies? No, my friends. Let us be real. Hard Facts is your program. Come out and air your voice. Tell us what is your problem in your community. Say it. Be real. Be real. And inshallah, I just been telling you all this, by the grace and mercy of God, we are going to get things done. We are going to get things done. Changes are going to come. If you want changes, you have to stand up and make change. Change can't come overnight. You can't be doing the same old, and expect to get different results. That is something, that is part of the mantra. That is part of the motto of this program. Doing the same thing over and over and over and expect to get change. No. You have a problem. Call me 740-3347 and let's lobby. Let's come out and lobby. Let's write letters to the different agencies and highlight it properly and keep your records, because I tell you something, the shallow-minded people will say that you didn't write them. Even so much so, if you have to register your mail because you are sending it via email and they are saying that they're not receiving it or somebody else receive it. They're having genuine excuse. Eliminate those genuine, feeble excuse. And what to do? Do the right thing. Register your mail. If they get it, they have to respond, my friends. So again, those of you who are locked on, I just want to let you all know that there's a program that is aired Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday on this beautiful station, Sentinel Media Broadcast, where you have the opportunity to highlight problems that is affecting you and your families. On our Saturday program, we're going to talk about school bullying, number 1, school violence, number 2, because that is very, very important when it comes to the gentleman who called me a while ago. He is a qualified mediator, right? He's a qualified counselor. He's a past principal of a primary school. He's a ex-school supervisor. So he have a wide cadre of knowledge when it comes to school violence, when it comes to bullying in school. And I want to invite him, I hope he's listening, I want to invite him to come on my Saturday show so that we can be able to speak and we can be able to highlight, because I tell you something, it doesn't make sense that a parent go in school with a piece of 2x4 wood or a pipe or something like that and beat up the principal and expect his child to see, you know, good results when it comes to that. Because I tell you something, if you don't know this, there are two things that you don't fight in this country. You do not fight the media and you do not fight the police, because you're not going to win. Either or, you're not going to win. But when it comes to those impediments, when it comes to violence and all those things, we can make a dent. We can make a change. So join me on this program, Hard Facts, Monday, Wednesdays, and Saturdays. I'm your host, Imam Rashid Karim, thanking you. As I said before, I'm going to place a call to that brother who called me and ask him if he can join us so we can be able to talk about those problems in the schools in Trinidad and Tobago. All right? So again, Imam Rashid Karim signing off until Saturday, where again we're going to discuss issues that is most relevant to you, to your family, and to our country. So may God Almighty bless us, keep us safe, keep our families united, and may God Almighty help us to become patriotic as much as possible so that we can all join, all hands on deck to save our beautiful country, Trinidad and Tobago. I thank you. God bless you.